Members of the ETSU Quillen College of Medicine and ETSU Health held a White Coats for Black Lives March along the edge of the school's campus tonight. Bianca Murray spoke with organizers who say they hope the event will encourage people to have conversations about racism as a public health concern.
Sarah, about 200 medical students and members of the healthcare community gathered this afternoon for a demonstration against injustice. Not only Black lives in general, but Black lives in healthcare.
Conversations need to be happening in the healthcare field.
Stephanie Alu is a second-year medical student at the Quillen College of Medicine and one of the event organizers.
The conversation needs to start about what are these things and what can we do about them as healthcare professionals? What can students do about them while we're still learning in our education?
I think it's important because we still have a problem that exists in this country and in this region that I very much hoped would be gone by now.
With the support of the Dean of Medicine, Dr. Bill Block, medical students gathered at the parking lot of Stout Drive to promote racial equality in the medical field.
Healthcare is a very big part of that, particularly when a lot of people of color and Black communities are disadvantaged when it comes to healthcare, and there's certainly some things in healthcare that need to be dismantled and revamped in order to be more inclusive and more diverse.
Student organizer Ryan King agreed.
The biggest thing that we hope to take away is a moment of solidarity, introspection, where we kind of look individually and collectively at maybe how we've contributed to some of these problems in the past and then what we can do about it moving forward.
Students and healthcare professionals made their way down University Parkway.
All lives came back to what? Black lives matter! All lives came back to what? Black lives matter!
Turned down State of Franklin Road.
No justice!
No peace!
Say his name!
George Floyd!
Say her name!
Breonna Taylor!
Say his name!
George Floyd!
And then gathered together at the ETSU Welcome Center for a moment of silence lasting 8 minutes and 46 seconds. The same amount of time Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin held his knee on the neck of George Floyd. As the minutes counted down, the crowd grew more and more somber. Tonight's march was peaceful along the outskirts of campus. Event organizers said they hope the event will shed some light on an issue that seems to be dividing the country. Josh, Sarah.